Welcome to the Property Profits Podcast. Thank you so much for jumping on. How the hell do you like my wall behind me? It is black. I need to get the Property Profits sign behind me. If you hear an echo, we are setting up the studio, aka the office, redoing everything. But anyway, here we go. I was on a call today. I wanted to mention this because it's super important. It was with a buddy of mine out of California. He was wanting to invest some money into real estate, and we were going over options. He's not a real estate guy, so he's a fitness guy, which is perfect to bring up on this episode because like people are learning real estate every day. And if you don't know about it, I'm here to tell you about it. If you know some, whatever, you educate people at different levels. So this guy's wanting to invest and he's like, man, I see these like low income housing. I think I could get in cheap there. Or should I just buy into a syndication? These people that get all this money together and buy apartment complexes. I was like, this is how I explained it. I said, what are your goals? Do you want to be hands off or hands on? He's, man, I really want to be hands off. I don't want to be super hands on with anything. He's, I could be a little hands on. I said, okay, cool. Do you want to give your money to people and them invest it for you into real estate? And he's not really. I said, okay, you want to be a little hands on. You want to own the property. And we would like work through this roadmap. And I was like, okay, here's how it looks in like low income housing, at least for me. Different areas are different. But I was like, you're going to be a little more hands on because the clientele you get sometimes in those areas requires more hands on. All right. And I said, are you looking to get like cash flow out of this, like a lot of cash flow, or do you want a lot of appreciation? And he said, what would you do if you're me? I said, if I were you, I'd buy a single house, then a duplex, then 4 bed, 8 bed, 1632, keep doubling up, right? But I would do it in a highly appreciating area. And I wouldn't be so concerned about cash flow if I didn't need the cash flow to live. If I wanted to build wealth at a rapid rate, what I would do is find the places that appreciate the most. Those places, in my opinion, are Texas and Florida, as far as I know. There are probably other places that I don't know about that appreciate just as well, but I don't know about them. So I'm pretty bullish on those two. Although I don't own any property in Florida, I should, I think. And also, like I told him, you're only going to make a couple $100 a month on these. That's fine. If you do that, if you buy them, make sure you get equity, make sure they're going to appreciate and look at appreciation over time in those areas. That's where you want to invest your money, right? And I'm not going to say the amount that he was going to invest, but I said, make sure you have 20% down if you're going to use a bank. But what I would do is I would find an agent that's a baller agent that has rentals himself, that's good at it, and a referral would be best if you know somebody over there, which I happen to. So I've referred him. Find a baller agent to shorten the learning curve. Tell them exactly what you're looking for. You need a deal. You're not worried about putting money into it to fix it up. Just as long as when it's fixed up, it's a deal. And it needs to be in a highly appreciating area. It's very hard buy box to find. Everybody wants that, right? That's why you got to find a good agent. So I told him he should probably do that and get a hard money loan, buy that sucker, rehab that sucker, get it rented out, go to a bank, cash out, refinance it, get that money back tax free, put that money back down on your next one, get you a duplex, get you a four, keep repeating that process. Or you could get creative, but it's hard when you get in this game, you're starting off to like pitch creative financing. So I didn't really come out the gate on that option. But if somebody were to know about financing options and stuff, or they had somebody like they could ask or on their shoulder or something like that, I would say skip the bank, skip the hard money lender, all that, lock something up super creative, which is hard to do. You got to come across it and buy it subject to and seller finance on the back end. But here's the other issue is if something needs repairs, you're gonna have to put that money out of your pocket, unless somebody's willing to hold a second lien or a second note. So that's pretty tough. But I'm a big fan of creative financing. If you can wrap your head around it, I get like new salespeople in my organization. I have to teach them creative finance. And it's hard for people to wrap their heads around if they haven't grown up in it or been around it for a long time. So I didn't really mention that, but until after the fact, I was like, if you're comfortable asking somebody if they would take payments, and figure out the rest along the way, and it made sense, that's also the route I would go. The reason I'm bringing this story up to you is if you're a new investor and you want rentals, or not even new, or maybe you're a badass wholesaler and you want to build your portfolio or whatever, I want to give you some insight. Like, think of your 10-year plan, your 20-year plan, your 30-year plan. Like, do you want to build this low income stuff now, sell it as a package and move that into like higher income stuff? Or do you like need cash flow now? So you're going to buy stuff just for cash flow, even if it doesn't appreciate, which I don't recommend. I've done a lot in the past and whatever, right? Coming up, I would buy the cheapest properties. Everybody's bidding on the cheapest properties. Nobody's bidding on the higher stuff or the more sophisticated buyers are. So there's a happy medium there. But, if you don't necessarily care about making the most cash flow right now, and you go find areas that are super appreciating, and just as long as it covers the payments and like your capex, I think you should hold back 5 to 10%. I think vacancies, 5%. You're gonna have your mortgage, your taxes, your property insurance, all that stuff, right? I think all that's got to be set aside, and then that's your actual cash flow. And it's not going to be much when you're starting out. All I'm saying is keep appreciation in mind. People say don't buy for appreciation. Bull crap. Buy for appreciation, right? Because that's where legacy's made. You need cash flow. Make sure cash flows from day one. I agree. But if you're just starting out, it's not going to make you super wealthy right out the gate. Cash flow, appreciation, location. I hope y'all learned something from this. And I can't wait to get this space freaking going and having this cool aesthetic here. Thank y'all so much for jumping on. Please leave a review, an honest review. Refer this show to your friends if you're getting nuggets out of it, if you're learning. Appreciate the hell out of you. Until next time, thank you so much.